So welcome back friends. So today we are going to see the module 2 of Introduction to C++ Programming. Okay. So this is all the topics related to this module. Okay. So we are going to see the important question that has arrived on model question paper or previous year question papers. Okay. So let us begin with the first topic, that is function overloading. So what is function overloading? That function overloading refers to the ability to create multiple functions having the same name but differ in type, number, sequence of parameters. Okay, so functional overloading that refers to, in this we can create multiple function having the same name and that can also perform the similar operation but that having the different types or numbers or sequence of parameters. Okay, so we will see later what it is with the help of an example. Okay, so how to implement it with the based on their function signature, which includes the function name and parameter list. Okay, so when a function is called, the compiler matches the call with the correct function version. Okay, so the third one is their return type can be the different but are not considered for overloading resolution. So alright, then see with the help of example. So we are having int test int a return a. Okay, so while integer value of a we are having we are doing return a. Okay, so now the second function is float test. The name is same and the operation is also the same but the data type is different, like here it is float, here it is int. So it's a function overloading. Okay, so float test double a return a. Okay, so int test int a int b, here we are giving two parameters. Okay, so as the definition suggests, sequence of parameters can be different, so this is two parameters and numbers can be different, here a or b, anything can become. Okay, so different type, like here it is int, here it is float, so that is different type. Okay, so this is function overloading. So I hope you understand. Let's move to the second question. So explain C++ tokens and reference variables in C++ with the help of example. Okay, so what is token? Token, as you all know, the smallest building blocks of a program. Okay, so which includes keyword, identifier, constant, operators, strings, and other symbols as well. Okay, so let us see one by one. Keyword, what is keyword? That is int, return, if, etc. That is already stored in the memory and that cannot be given as the identifier name or anything. Okay, so what is identifier? That is user defined names for variable. Okay, so for a variable, whatever the name we give, that is identifier. Okay, so let's consider here my var computer, or sorry, compute. Okay, so that is identifier. Okay, so what is constant? That is a fixed value. Okay, like say 3.14, 50, or any digits that having a fixed value, that is constant. Okay, so operator, what is operator? That is plus, minus, multiplication, division, anything. Okay, so string, sequence of characters enclosing codes, that is hello. All right, so let's see with the help of example. Int main int num is equals to 50, cout num. Okay, so it will print num, which is 50. All right, so let's see reference variable, that is an alias for another variable. So let's see with the example. Include iostream using namespace std int main int num is equals to 10 and int and ref is equals to num. So this is reference variable and ref is equals to num is the reference variable that is referring to this num. Okay, so see our before change what is the value of num? That is 10 and ref is equals to 20. Now ref is equals to 20, we are changing it in reference. Okay, so after change, what will be the value of num? That is 20. Okay, because we have changed here, so we are changing the reference as 20 here, so 20 will be stored in num, so num value will be 20 after change. All right, so this is all about the reference variable. Let us move to the third question, that is what is function in C++. And we all know the function in C++ is the block of code that perform a specific task that can be predefined or can be user defined. Okay, so that helps in organizing code into reusable and manageable blocks. and they take input data, perform certain operation, and return a value. All right, and promote modular programming, code easier to understand, debug, maintain. All right. So let us see how to declare a function in C++. We are having a syntax as return type, function name, parameter list. Okay. So let's say an example, like here it is the return type int, add is the name of the function, int x, int y, that is parameter list. Okay, and now let's see the second question, that is using namespace std int add. We are having the function of add, and two parameters we are having x and y. Okay, so this will perform the addition of two numbers, and here it's a main function int result add 10 20. When this when the program control went to this statement, it will transfer the control to over this function body. Okay, so when this function body is been run, then the output will be sum, that is sum result end. So the result will be printed, that is result is equals to add 10 20, that is 10 20 will be added and the result will be printed. All right, so let's see add int add. Here's the definition of the function. So return x plus y, so 10 plus 20, that is been written to this addition and the value will be printed over the result. All right, so I hope you understood. Let's see the fourth question. So the fourth question is explain call by reference and call by values with suitable examples. See, call by value, the actual value of argument is copied into the formal parameters of the function. Okay, and the changes made to the parameter inside the function do not affect the original arguments. So let us see by the help of example. Void increment int num. This is function increment, and int num is having the parameter of type int, and the function of type void. Num is equals to num plus 10, that is we are modifying the num. Okay, as num plus 10. Cout inside function num. Okay, so this is the function body. All right, let's move to next main body, that is int age equals to 20 before function call a. Increment a, we are calling the function here. Okay, cout after function call a. So we are printing the value of a before calling the function, and we are printing the value of a after calling the function. So let's see the values over here, what will be printed as output before function call a. So what was the value of a before calling? That is 20. Okay, so 20 will be printed first. All right, so here it is 20. Okay, so after that we are calling function increment. Okay, so this control will shift to this body. All right, so void increment int num, and num is equals to what? We are passing a. So a is equals to 20, so num will be 20. So 20 plus 10, that is 30. Inside function num will be printed as 30. Okay, so after function call a will be 30. So here it is 30. Okay, no, it's of inside function. Okay, so inside function it is 30, since we are printing inside the function only, so value will be 30, and after the function call it will be 20. How it is 20? Like, see, if a function executed to its body, then after the execution of the function, the function will clear its memory. Okay, so the same value whatever it is locally inside the main function, same value will be printed after the calling of the increment function. Okay, so after function call will be the value of a, that is 20. Okay, so I hope you understood this example. So let's see call by reference. That call by reference, that address of the actual argument is passed to the function. Here we pass the address of the actual argument which we are giving. Okay, so changes made to the parameter inside the function, obviously it affects the original argument before, because we are dealing with the address here, not the value only. Okay, so let's see an example using namespace. Okay, void increment int at the rate num. So this is address of num. Here is the function body. Inside main we are having a is equals to 20. Before function call, the value of a, that is 20, will be printed, and increment a, that is a is equals to 20. 20 will be given here. The address of 20 will be given. Since the address of 20 is been given, so 20 plus 10, that will become 30, and 30 will be printed for inside function, that is 30, and after function call a. So since this a becomes 30 only, we have changed the value of a to its address. So after function call, the same value of a which was inside the function will be printed. Okay, that is 30. Okay, so this is the thing. The main difference between the call by reference and call by value is call by reference change the actual value. Okay, which the value of parameter is been passed, that value is changed in call by reference. Okay, and in call by value the changes made to the parameter inside the function do not affect the original arguments. Okay, so I hope you understood. Let's move to the fifth question. What is inline function? Inline function declared with the keyword inline that replace the function called with the actual code of function during the compilation phase. Okay, so this inline function actually replace the function call with the actual code. Whatever the code of the function is, that code is replaced by the function call. Okay. Uh, let's see with the help of example inline return type, that is the syntax of this inline. And the example is inline void print sum. This is the inline function void print that will print the sum of two numbers. Okay, so it will give the value as cout. All right, print sum 1020. What it will give? See, if the pointer points to this, then the uh, what cursor will go to this function. Okay, so when the cursor will go to this function, num1 will be 10 and num2 will be 20. So 10 plus 20 will be 30. 30 will be printed, and same as this 5 plus 15 as 20 will be printed. Okay. So this is the major difference between the inline function and normal function. Inline function declared with inline keyword, normal function declared without inline keyword. Okay. So in inline function, as I told you, body replaced at each call site during compilation, and in normal function actual function call mechanism is being used. So overhead, less overhead because no function call is required. Normal function, in this actually the calling is required, so it is slightly higher overhead. Okay, and code size, inline function can increase code size if used excessively. In normal function, since we are creating a function only once, so code size will remain smaller, and uses suitable for a small frequent call function, and normal function is suitable for larger complex function. Okay, so this is the major difference between inline function and normal function. Just have a look on this, and we'll be moving to this sixth question. Explain the importance of scope resolution operator. The scope resolution operator mainly used in uh, three places, like accessing global variables when local variable have the same name. See here, int num is equals to 50, and inside the main function we are having a local variable num as 100. So we are having the same local variable and global variable name, that is num. So we will be inside for printing the global variable inside this main function. We will be using the scope resolution operator. That is, local num is equals to num. This will print 100, and global num uh, is equals to, this is the scope resolution operator, double colon num. So this will print the global value of num, that is 50. So 150 will be the output. So second one is the accessing static member of a class. Static member are associated with the class rather than any object, and this membership, or sorry, scope resolution operator is used to refer them outside the class. Okay, so let's see. Class, my class, public, static int count. This is a static int, and int my class count is equals to 0. We are referring this class outside this class function. Okay, so sorry, outside this classes. So we'll be using the scope resolution operator to print the value of count, that is 0. So here we are defining a static member outside the class. So third one is accessing function and variable in a specific namespace. So when dealing with the multiple namespace that may contain identifier with the same name, the scope resolution operator clarifies with namespace entity. So what is this? We will see with the help of example. Namespace ns1 int value is equals to 10. Okay. So in namespace ns2 we are having int value as 20. Okay, so let's see the main function ns1 value, ns1 scope resolution operator and value. Since we are having ns1 and we have the same name of the variable in both the what is this function. Okay, so we'll be using scope resolution operator over here also. Okay, so the fourth one is defining member function outside the class. uh, yeah, when defining class member function outside the class declaration, the scope resolution operator is used. So like C operate, for you using this operate and fun, we will be using scope resolution operator. Okay, so yeah, let's see the seventh question. Discuss expression and their type and suitable example. Expression and their type in C++. What is expression? That is a combination of variable, constant, operators, and function calls. So let's see the types of expression. That is integral expression. What is integral expression? That produce an integer value after performing conversion if necessary. So this is the example: variable of integral type xy, arithmetic involving integers 6 multiply x minus y, and type conversion, that is 10 plus int 5.0, that converts int 5.0 converts 5.0 to 5, and 10 plus 5 will be the 15. Okay, so simple code is this: int x is equals to 5, y is equals to 3, int result is equals to 6 multiply x minus y. So result is the integer. Okay, so float expression. This produce floating point decimal value after conversion. Just see it. No need to explain since it's very simple. So, and the last one is relational and Boolean expression, that will evaluate true or false according to the condition. Alright, so let's move to the eighth question. What is default argument? Explain with example. Default argument is C++. That value, the default argument are the value that provides in the function declaration or definition, which are used if a caller does not supply corresponding argument during the function call. Okay, so let's suppose we are giving only one argument in the function call, where we required a minimum 2 or 3 parameters, okay, in the function. So having this default argument can reduce the overhead of this function call. Okay, so then this is used as allow that it allows the function to be called very fewer arguments. Okay, so let's see how it works. When a function is declared with default argument, the compiler assigns the default value to the parameters if no argument is passed for them during the call. Okay, during the call, if no argument you are passing to the function parameter, then this default parameter will work. Okay, so default argument are specified from right to left. Okay, so let's see with the example. That is include IO string using namespace std void greet string name is equals to guest string message equals to welcome. Since it will affect from right to left, so first message will be printed, then string name will be printed. Okay, cout message name and l. Okay, so in main function we are having greet allies. For this, what will we are not giving any arguments, so what it will be printed, it's having the default argument as welcome guest. So welcome guest will be printed. And for greet allies, we are having name as allies. So first welcome will be printed, then allies will be printed. Okay. And the third one is hello Bob. So first hello will be printed, and the second one Bob is the printed. Okay. So hello Bob will be the printed. Okay. So yeah. So this was all about module 2. I hope this question is pretty simple, and so by this we are completing this second module also. So just revise with these questions, and yeah, best of luck for your exam, and bye bye.